What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Past the Barb. I'm Ryan Pinkalla, and today is Tuesday, September 3rd. We made it to September, boys. And we got a good show coming to you tonight. We got a few different boys in the house than we've had for a while. And Barty boy, you have been Mr. Absentee for a while. But we're back. We are back.
One show in like 3 months, but we're back, and I think we're going strong now. We'll be good. Champions Tour is done, so all the and the opens next week. So all the conflicts on Tuesdays and Mondays are officially done. So I'll be back for the foreseeable future, unfortunately, for everyone listening to this. But for those of you who are new listening to the #1 outdoor podcast in the world, I am Adam Bartusek. I appreciate your support coming here while I was gone. I hope you don't leave because I'm back. I'll do my best to be better. I will give my best effort. And please don't leave us. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, please.
Yes, we've been doing a good job of holding down #1 here. So please, for the love of God, don't mess this up.
I'm going to try so hard.
Oh, my God. Okay. And also, we got Cody Hahner in the house tonight.
Hello, everybody. That's going all right.
Where are you at in the world? We got a different
No
backdrop.
No Muskie. I'm thinking about moving him up here. Brucey
Hella curtains happening over there.
So you're in the same place, just have moved location.
Yes, correct.
That's exciting. Did you just get sick of the basement or what?
Pretty much.
He's made it to the main level, folks.
I like it. That's good. All right, Pink, what about you, man? What's been going on? What's been going on with everybody? I haven't seen all you guys in a while, so fill me in.
Yeah, Turning Tuesdays are done, so that's kind of like, I think, good. I mean, like, it's been fun, but like I'm kind of done with it for now. So
you guys went on a little heater to end the year.
We did. I mean, we kind of shit the bed in the last one, but we started actually catching them pretty good. We missed the championship because we got DQ'd in that one tournament, like a month ago. And that one kind of shot us out of the points. We didn't make the championship, unfortunately. Sobe's not here tonight, but him and Steph missed the championship by 1 point, which sucked so bad. And, I don't know. The last tournament was kind of a grimy one. And I think a lot of people struggled just in general. And that kind of shot them out of it too. But yeah, Turning Tuesday's done. Been doing a bunch of muskie fishing lately, which has been super fun. Kind of gearing up for some fall activities though. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been fishing, hanging out. I just did 2 like back-to-back trips up to Ontario that were really fun, muskie trips. So we can get into that maybe a little bit later. But caught some big muskies. Actually broke my PB this weekend, so that was fun. Just all around been fishing, running the boat around. Got the boat tragger rolling like crazy. So things have been good.
That's sweet. Living it up.
Yeah.
I'm like jealous of you from the outside because, like, I mean, we'll get into it. I've been fishing this has been the summer of derbs for me. I have been so busy with big tournaments, and don't get me wrong, it's super fun and I love it. But I know, like, for the coming year or two after this, I'm going to be not taking a step back. I don't want to say that, but just more focusing on like YouTube, fun fishing, destination trips I've wanted to do kind of coming up. And part of that is because of seeing like Pink and other guys that are like my homies just out absolutely blasting them. And I'm like, I'm praying for 5 bites on leech, man. Like, I am praying with all my might that I will somehow find 5 smallmouth that have not seen 7 Sakamata shads already this week. But yeah, no, I've been super jealous of that, dude. Those trips are so much fun. So that's super cool. How far over the border did you go? You don't got to give up any juice or anything, but
not probably about 3 hours. So not crazy. So like, yeah, from my house is just a little under 8-hour drive. So it's like pretty manageable, but there,
still a haul.
It's a haul. It's a good poke, and we were just camping it. So it's like turning and burning 3-day trips is always tough when you're driving that far, but got after it and had a good time. But yeah, I mean, it's Canada, dude. There's water. Like, I swear to God, you could fish any lake up there and be like, I'm good at stuff. Like, you know what I mean? But it's
I'm good at fishing.
Yeah. Well, and I think so. In the 6 days of fishing that I was there total, I think I saw 2 other boats muskie fishing.
Pretty
Total.
busy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I mean,
pressure really getting to them.
It's not. I mean, it's not like being on Lake of the Woods or some of the other like more popular spots, but yeah, I don't know. It was fun, but definitely caught some big fish. Had a bunch of fun or whatever. Yeah, I want to bring like more people there though. It's like one of those spots. It's just like fun to experience it. So it was fun to share it with some people that had never been up there before. So that was cool. But Ontario's fun. A lot of muskies there. I think there's other fish too. I don't know.
Choose not
much
to
about
fish
that. I think we caught a couple walleyes just because we were like, all right, flip a jig out there and be like, oh, there's walleyes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we can get our limit if we would like to.
Yeah. I did do something fun. I told Hahner about this. So I did. I caught this muskie the other day and was dealing with it in the net. And I haven't done this in a long time, especially muskie fishing, but I put a big ass treble hook in my hand while it was still connected to a muskie. So it was like, dude, it sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've got hooks in like quite a bit of times or whatever and just pulled them out. This one was a little bit interesting. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can probably see. So right where your knuckle bends, that like first joint, it went in there and then like down along like where your bone is, and then it came out the next knuckle, but just the very tip of it.
So you had to push it through.
It was fully buried in there. So my finger was like bent like along the shank of the treble. And like on a big mustad muskie hook, there is like a magnum barb on that thing.
Oh yeah.
Magnum. And so it's still attached. So it was 2 treble hooks on the bait, and the fish had the whole bait in its mouth. And I just had gotten one out, and then it like rolled really hard in the net, and it caught my hand. So now I'm like hooked on the front hook. The back hook is still in the fish, and it's just rolling it around in the net, right? And I'm just like, there's nothing good about what is happening right now. Like, this is so bad. And my dad was fishing with me, and I was yelling, I'm like, dude, you gotta get the hook cutters, dude. And I'm like, they're in the box under the console or whatever, and he's messing around. He's like, they're not in here. I'm like, but whatever, they're like laying next to her, so he finally gets it. And I'm trying, because like on a treble, like all 3 of the wires are like on the main thing.
Yeah.
And I was trying to have him cut it there, but he couldn't like cut through that. So he's like wrenching on it, which is not helping anything. Right?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I have one hand. I got my one hand in the gill plate of this. And this is a 49 incher. Okay. So not like a small one. And it was so pissed. And so I have my hand in the gill plate, and I'm just like holding the other hand like along the side of its face. I'm like, this is just bad, and he's trying to cut it or whatever. And he's like gonna cut the one prong where my thing. I'm like, well, don't cut that one, because then I don't know how the hell we're gonna get it out. And because there's like nowhere to go, you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna have to figure this out right here, kind of thing. And so he just ends up cutting the wire on like the bait, like above the hook. Okay, cool. That's like dealt with. And I'm like, all right, let's just leave the fish in the net for now. We'll figure that shit out. So now I'm looking at my finger, and it's like barely poking out. And I just looked at him, I'm like, dude, you're going to have to push it through and like chop it off, because there's no way I'm going to be able to do it. Like it's going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just like put my hand out there, and I just took like a pliers, dude, and I just put the handle in my mouth, and I was like, just do it, man. And he started wrenching on it, and it took him probably 2-3 tries to punch it through. So like obviously every time you like go and it doesn't punch all the way through is like worse. And whatever, it popped through, and he chopped it off, and we ripped it back out. And now I just got these 2 giant holes in my finger. I'm hoping they kind of close up a bit, because the one, it was like ripped pretty good, like there was some inside stuff on the outside.
Oh God.
And we just taped it all back together and just kept fishing. But it was
put some AAA antibiotics.
I did. Well, luckily it was like just caught a big fish, had a little adrenaline going, so things were happening.
I don't know. Nothing will make
I probably would have went that.
I have it right here, boys.
Oh my
Very
god.
nice.
That's the one. Chopped her right off.
Oh Jesus Christ, that's a big hook too.
Nothing.
anyway.
Nothing
But
will
yeah.
make you forget the conservation side of muskie fishing faster than a fish rolling with you attached.
And here's the best part. So, okay, we deal with all that and we're like, wow, that was crazy. The other hook is still in, like, I still have to unhook this fish. So whatever, I was like, I'm just going to hold its mouth open. You just get it out. And we got to be done with this one for now. Like we just have to be over this. But that was like, that was definitely the most pissed off fish I've ever had in net. Like and it was a long fight too. And from the moment we got it in the net till we let it go was like
Green.
just pissed, dude. And it ate like first two cranks of the reel handle. You know what I mean? So that's like a pretty long fight for a muskie, but anyway, but that was sick because I guess I'll just get into it right now. We caught two. We caught a 48 3/4 and a 49 in like 20 minutes, two back-to-back spots, and both of them ate the bait. I'm talking to the leader.
Really?
Yes. Like it was just whatever, a weird bite window. They were just going absolutely ape. And yeah. So we ended up dealing with two fish pretty much the same way. Luckily, the first one we didn't get no catastrophe there. But yeah. So anyway, it was a little gunshot after that one. But yeah, fished the rest of the day. Just had this thing taped up, and hopefully it just does whatever it needs to do. It hasn't gotten infected yet, so I'm, hey, that's a big
win.
Take that. But yeah, that was pretty sick deal. And then the next 2 days kind of were slow. I was just telling Hahner about it before this, but we were like I said, we were camping, and like I think that part of Ontario just gets some like weird storms all the time. And that while we were there that first day, we had an awesome first day of fishing. It was like we caught those two, we hooked and lost two other ones, had a bunch more action, and then this storm came in. It had like huge winds, like 60+ mile an hour winds, bunch of lightning, tons of rain. And once it blew out, it was just bluebird for 2 days, super high pressure. Like the fishing really just kind of sucked. We had very little action the 2 days after that. And the first week was kind of the same deal. We had an epic like first day and a half, and then it kind of like plummeted after that. Same kind of thing. We got weird weather, and fishing was just weird. I don't know. But yeah, been catching some muskies though. So there's that.
That's cool.
Got a lot of my own blood on the boat. I don't know.
Yeah, nothing like 60 mile per hour winds when you're in the middle of nowhere, Canada,
Yeah,
in a truck.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of shits on I got a pike tooth in my pointer finger when I was open on lead. That kind of
I got
so
I got that story a little bit.
I gotta say I might post this at some point because I wasn't like filming everything, but I did have like a GoPro here or there and like whatever. I had the big camera once in a while. And I had my dad recording while I was unhooking that fish. He set the camera down, like for whatever reason, but I have the entire audio clip of that shit show going down.
Oh my God. I'd imagine it's just so many F-bombs.
Dude, it's not good, but I have it.
That's
oh my God.
Not good. Well, that's sweet. Yeah. Sounds like a fun trip. Like I said, I've been jealous of that. So I can't believe it's already September.
I know, right, dude?
Nuts. Like looking at the forecast and stuff, I'm like, oh my God, it is getting cooler. Like, shit, that happened. Summer's gone. It's over. Wow.
Hope you enjoyed
it. What'd you say?
Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He's like, it's been a ride.
The couple days I've been home. I think my time I've been home has mainly been spent mowing the lawn, to be honest. More than anything, I've gotten home.
You got to get a guy for that.
Yeah, apparently. I don't cash enough checks to do that, I don't think. Hahner, what have you been up to?
A lot of work as of lately, but I went out muskie fishing this weekend. That was a pretty solid time. It was for the most part muskie fishing, not catching, but we ran into one little window where I popped two in about 20 minutes on the figure eight. Probably some of the coolest figure eight bites I've ever seen or experienced. That was pretty awesome. Got to enjoy a little taste of the muskie excitement again, and that was definitely worth it. Needed. Definitely needed.
Just really hot fish, or like
super hot fish. Yeah, like dirty water, and you've been fishing. you like Pink will know, like where you go 10-hour stretch of casting, you kind of get lulled to sleep and you're like, okay, I can see them on side imaging. I think now. I thought I knew what they looked like on side imaging, but is that for sure a muskie? Because they're not even doing anything. They're not even moving or anything. And finally, you're bringing your bait in, doing the same figure 8 over and over again, trying not to get sloppy because you're like, all right, it will happen.
Yeah.
Maybe it will happen. So they say. And you go allegedly they do follow in the figure 8, and I'm doing this stir stick motion to catch a muskie. Well, yeah, it was awesome. Like bringing the bait in, doing my little Luke around the strap, bringing it over to the side, swoop it in, and I'm like, oh my god, there's one. And it went around the 8 like 4 or 5 times, splashing water, going nuts, and then I lost it. I'm like, oh no, doing my figure 8, and I go one last, like, I don't know, a couple figure 8s after missing it or losing it, went and hung it around the corner, and this thing comes up and just gator rolls over the top of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh. And it's jumping in a crowd of people. Yeah, our friend Doug got a full show of that one. That was pretty awesome. And then like 20 minutes later, we made another drift. Same thing, right in the figure 8 again, which is like one of the most exciting parts about muskie fishing. That was awesome. But yeah, other than that,
that is sick, dude.
Oh, it's like if you haven't experienced it, it's one of those things, like whether it's a frog blow up or seeing a tarpon gill rake, like a figure 8 muskie is just one of those notch it off the bucket list, especially when it's a cool one.
But there's nothing worse
than
blowing
to do it so bad.
We were just talking about it too. Alex and my buddy and I were just talking about it. Like, yeah, you do this all day and you're doing your stupid figure 8, and you know what happens? One comes out of nowhere and you botch it.
That's the thing.
Totally blow it.
Dude, I had one this weekend, same thing. I had like a 45-incher come in super hot. I'm talking like inches behind, and I'm like coming in, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kill this. This is gonna be so sick. Take him through. And as it's coming in, I don't know why, because you do like dumb shit all the time. Yep. And I'm like, we're going down this little weed edge, super shallow water. Water's really dirty in the lake we're fishing. The fish comes in right on the bait. I turn it out. I come to turn it back in, and I click the fucking trolling motor thing and just blow the fucking water in the fish's face. And it left. Weird.
Would never believe it, but it was like, I didn't enjoy that.
And you're like, that fish was going to eat. For sure.
Yeah. I will say the most embarrassing one. We were on a photo shoot up in Canada, and we were out fishing. It was at Jesse's Lake. I was fishing with Doug because I was done shooting or whatever. We went out fun fishing. Second cast, he gave me a bait. I caught one on a bucktail. I'm like, I catch him on bucktails now. Look at that, because I always fish rubber. And we released that fish, and he's like, I think there's a big boulder around here somewhere. So we're trying to find it. And I made a long cast. I'm like, oh, here comes another one. You could see it way out there, and he's following hot. I'm like, I got this. Comes into the first turn of the 8 like it's about to eat, and I'm watching the fish, and he uses these short little leaders, and I bring the bait out of the water. Blade stops spinning, and the fish just looks at me and is like, no. And goes away. And I just sat there, just looked in the water, and slowly looked up at him, like, don't even say anything, Doug. Don't even say anything.
My favorite thing about that story is that you blame it on Doug's leaders.
It was
Doug's leader. I love it.
100%. I'm like, this is the dumbest little thing I've ever seen.
There's no reason for this short of a
No reason. Totally screwed up my cadence. These Storm Brother rods and stuff. This is
trash.
Yeah,
not
trash. Somehow Cody Hahner manages to bring a 10-foot Thorn Brothers rod out of the water on an 8. I don't know how it'd be possible to not have half the rod in the water.
And then he looks at Doug like, idiot.
Yeah. Who designed this?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's great. Did you no, the whole mystique of muskie fishing? I gotta do it more, man. I've been meaning to over the years. It's just
You'll hate it.
Yeah.
gets to the fall and it just gets all of a sudden I'm like, I'm busy, and then I take 1 or 2 trips smallmouth fishing, like Hahner and I have talked about. And then you go out and it snows one day and you catch a few big ones and you're like, I'm kind of good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
And you just kind of go park the boat and it's over.
That's enough. That's enough. You get
Yeah,
that
exactly.
little chip, like that one snowy day or like icy launch, and you're like,
You normally got one of those in you, for me anyways. Like I
Yeah.
got one of them and I'm like, oh, I'm a badass, and then you do it and you go catch them and you're like, that was fun. And then the next day you go back and it does it again and you're like, I'm not having fun anymore.
no, turn the truck on. I'm
Yeah.
good.
It suddenly shrinks rapidly, like
Yep.
the amount of fun you're having.
Mm.
Oh, that's sweet. But so for me, since last time we were on, I think last time we talked about the release in Niku. Yep. So we talked about that. So that's pretty cool. Seeing people getting out and catching fish with it, which is awesome.
Yeah, that was super dope.
Other than that, I went and fished the Bassmaster Open on leech. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. Hahner, have you ever fished like a big event like that on a somewhat home body of water?
Fortunately, not.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I'm sure.
It's like very strange because like I thought I had a good game plan, but then part of you's like, am I going to mentally suck myself out before this even happens?
Yeah.
And like you don't catch it happening until you're like halfway through day 2 and you're like, oh, I fucked this up 5 days ago. Like this wasn't, what I mean? Like I didn't screw this up yesterday. I screwed this up a while ago.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like happened to me. I mean, dude, we got there. People know, I mean, from watching leech now, like there's gigantic smallmouth in there, but there's not a lot of them, and they're really, really, really hard to get to bite. Like the hardest fish to fish for, in my opinion, in the country. And like, I think that was one of the coolest things about that open being up here, was chatting with Emil Wagner and Easton, Tucker Smith, like all these guys. I mean, the best sticks in the world right now. And they're all looking at you saying, these are legitimately the hardest fish to get to bite I have ever found in my life. Bar none. Like southern fish, eastern, west, tides, you name it, Leech Lake, smallmouth, hardest fish to get to bite in the country. And they all said that. And I've thought that for a long time, but I've always been like, I don't know, I must not be that good at scoping or whatever. But they all said the same thing. Like, dude, noon each day of the tournaments, there would be like 100 to 150 boats that started on the main lake. Noon hit, there's 7. That's it. Everybody's bailed and gone largemouth fishing. And you're like, I knew I was doing it all day. I was like, I'm not going to back off. Like, neither going to hero or zero on it. And so you're just going around, and I'm like, well, they probably think I got them, but I'm the dumb motherfucker out here who has 2 right now. So who's like, I'll get 2 of them on the next boulder, or and you just keep running around. But yeah, the first day of practice, what really changed that whole event, in my opinion, was the first 2 days of practice. Those fish bit better than anything I have ever seen in my life. Like every single one. Everyone you saw, like 80 to 90% conversion. It was ridiculous. Like super easy to catch 24 to 27 pounds. Like it was egregious.
Do you think everybody just blasted them in practice?
Yes,
and then the fish were like, we're good.
Well, and they're already hard to catch, but it's just, I don't know what it was, but they decided they were going to eat those 2 days. And multiple guys caught 27 to 28 pounds. I like my first day of practice, I caught 5. A couple of them were little because I was looking at a boulder and I'm like, I think they're all little. And I threw in caught like a 2.5. I'm like, yeah, they are little. But they were like all schooled up. I had probably 10 boulders with 10 big ones on it. And I knew it was going to change by game day because people were going to find them. And those fish move so much anyways. But it like went from the best fishing I have ever seen in my life on a smallmouth fishery to sun goes down, sun comes up, and I'm getting phone calls at 11 a.m. of people like, have you gotten a bite today? I'm like, no, I'm not really trying to catch any. Like, I see one, I pitch a bait at it, and it swims by it, and it doesn't bite. And they're like, yeah, they're not really biting anymore. And I'm like, yeah, because I think probably most of them have been caught. Like, I think they've been caught. They're like, oh wow, so you were really telling the truth. There's only that many here. I'm like, why do you think for months all we talked about was don't set the hook on all of them because it's going to be miserable. And that's kind of what it turned into. I mean, bite got really tough. We had a wind day on day one, which, I mean, I'm 50-50. There was kind of a big talk there on like if you wanted to be out there. I'm 50-50 on it. Mm-hmm. It would have been borderline dangerous out there that day, like gnarly bad.
Carlisle status.
It would have been it would have been real bad. We would have gotten to Stony Point and there would have been some 6-7 footers and leech eats people alive. So I don't know. I was like, well, I'll go out there. I've done it before, but I didn't really want to do it. So the other days were fine, but day one went around, caught. Well, I didn't catch. What really threw me off was I went to where I figured the best spot on the lake was from practice, and I didn't get bit for 2 hours. And
that'll do it.
I didn't even see one. So I was like, well, they'll turn on eventually, but I'm gonna go run some other stuff. Like, don't panic, right? I'm gonna go run some other stuff. I'll come back here later. And I went and caught I caught one off a bed on August 20th. So I went and caught a 4 1/4 off a bed, and then caught a 5 1/4. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, it's 9:30 and I got two great big ones. I need 3 more bites. Then I started making the dumb decisions. Mm-hmm. That's basically what happened. And that's where I didn't practice any of the stuff I thought was like, this is where it's going to go down. These are the best spots on the lake right now. I'll just go through it on game day. And then just for me not checking it, I don't think I really had enough confidence in it. And especially seeing other people there, I didn't have confidence of like, oh, there's 5 or 6 boats there. I'm going to go work my way in and work through. Mm-hmm. I was just like, I'm going to go run my other stuff and then I'll go there eventually. And then, all of a sudden it's 3:30. I got 4 fish for almost 16 pounds. And I'm like, I'd really kill for one more bite right now.
Yeah.
And then, and then day 2, I did make a good adjustment. I went and started shallow because it was glass all of day 1. I started shallow on one area, and the other area I debated starting shallow, Easton Fothergill started on. So
I saw he did good.
He did pretty good. Yeah, he did very good. So I picked the wrong one. I did catch 3 fish in the first 45 minutes, so I was pumped about that. But I did not get bit once after that. I just ran around literally for the next 7 hours being like, man, this would be cool. And that's those leech smallmouth, dude. It is crazy. I have 2 boulders there that I bet there is still 3 absolute giant ones on that I could go put a freaking red tail over them, and they ain't gonna.
They're not gonna bite.
They ain't gonna do it, and
yeah.
I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, it was still super cool to do it. I mean, finished 83rd, which, not the finish I wanted, but still above middle of the pack, and we got one more down in La Crosse, and I might not even put my scope. I might take my Garmin unit off my boat for that tournament and just be like, I'm just going to go fishing, whatever.
Honestly.
And just go have fun. Because the river in September is a ball, so it'll be a good time.
And that one's out of La Crosse, you said?
Yeah, I head down there on Friday.
That should be fun.
Yeah, it should just be a good time, man. Like, honestly, we got, after that, I got a team trail championship, and then I got Battle of the Bass Heads on Gull at the end of September, but I'm just kind of envisioning these last 3 tournaments as like, I'm just going to go have fun. Like, I know it's fall fishing. I would love to be fun fishing other places right now. So I'm just going to go fun fish the places I'm fishing these tournaments on, and whatever I bring in, but I'm going to go do what I want to do and catch them how I would like to catch them. And maybe I won't catch very many, but it'll be much more therapeutic than My 2 days fishing the opens this year combined with St. Clair and Leech, I think I have like 16 days just straight up staring at a live scope.
Mm,
And I'm just, I'm ready to do something else.
burned
man.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go do it. It's fine. I like catching them doing it. It's a good time. But
Yeah.
dude, you go to the Mississippi River, like I want to throw a frog, a spook, and a Carolina rig, and
that's probably what'll win, something like that.
yeah, that's
know,
probably
so.
what's gonna win it.
Yeah.
So that's what's nice. It'll be a fun time. But shout out to all the Minnesota bass heads and just the bass fishing community that showed up to Walker. All the bass employees there said it was the biggest show out they've seen for an
Did
open.
they throw a
weigh-in.
pretty good party? I know I saw they had like a bunch of stuff, like the town was doing a bunch of stuff associated with the tournament.
Yeah, it was packed, man. There was so many people. It was really, really, really cool. Like really impressive. I would be pretty surprised if bass isn't back in the next couple of years there. I really hope they bring an open to Vermilion. I just think it just would fish the best. Everybody'd have fun. Dude, you could take dead last and catch 12 pounds a day. Like
Out there.
I mean, yeah, like you'll still have fun. That's the thing. Like that Leech tournament, man, with what people didn't see is they had a 15-inch minimum. So, and like that's bigger than most of the venues we go to in the South, even, to be honest. I never realized how many 14 and a half and 14 and 3/4 smallmouth and largemouth are in that lake until that limit got put on there. Dude, there's guys like weighing largemouth that are 14 and 3/4 that were 2 pounds 7 ounces. They're like, I can't keep this. I got to throw it back. What?
That's wild, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Size
perfectly
limits are
healthy,
working out
just
there.
boxcar largemouth and smallmouth, and they're like, nope. That's why you saw so many non-limits. I would have weighed a limit both days if I could have weighed 14 inchers, but everybody else would have too. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Locals.
I wonder why did they put that limit on there? Did they say?
I don't know the real reason. I had heard rumors that it was just they didn't want to transport around a bunch of juvenile or younger fish from around the lake, because I mean they could have you could really change the what would that be, biology? I don't know. There's the landscape of the lake.
Science.
Some way science, whatever. Either way, a bunch of fish live in Walker Bay or Traders Bay now because of it. So
Okay.
But there's way more smallmouth out there than I ever thought there was. And every time I go there, I get reminded of it. It's just every time I go there, I get reminded how goddamn hard they are to catch once you get 50 boats out there. You can go there for fun, and holy cow, is it a ball. You're only going to catch 15 to 20 of them, but they're all big. You put 25 boats out there getting on them.
Yeah.
They get so smart so fast. It is ridiculous.
Damn.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to lately. Been fun. Finished filming the Champions Tour. Kyle Schuda won a boat. That was sweet.
Yeah. Was that some kind of record?
It would have been the record if we didn't go to Pelican.
Okay. All right. I didn't know. It seemed like a lot.
Yeah, it was about the record. But Adam Rasmussen still has a record. He caught 246 pounds.
That's going to be hard to beat.
It will never get beat anywhere but Pelican, I think, to be honest. I mean, maybe there's some other lakes out there that it could get beat on, but just his sheer size average was 2.5 pounds. He caught as many fish as Schuda did, but they were all 2.25 to 3.5 pounds. Whereas all Schudas were like 1.25 to 2. So
I mean, that's still pistol whipping them all day.
Yeah, that's what, dude. The online comments of people like, not impressive catching 1-pounders. It's like, bro, he set the hook once every 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, whether they're big or small, that's a ton of fish. Because it was like 100 fish or something.
He caught 94 bass.
Yeah,
94.
People catch 100 every day, so they say.
Dude,
buddy,
we were talking about this at that weigh-in, and I'm firmly on the camp of it now, and I will stay on it. I have filmed a man catch 99 bass, and I have filmed a man catch 94 bass, and I can promise you I have never been close to 100 fish day. Never. because the sheer amount of fish solo catching going on, like I've whacked them. I've had probably 50 to 75 fish days. I've never had a 100 fish day by myself. I don't even know if I've had it with someone else in my boat, to be honest. Like, it is just, people say it all the time, but the sheer amount of hook sets and just of that going on repeatedly is stupid. Kyle legitimately caught one every cast for the first 2 hours and 20 minutes. I watched him. He sat on spot lock, threw it the same grass clump.
That's kind of
got
lit.
47 bass out of one grass clump.
Buddy was on him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But yeah,
That's
that was
crazy.
cool. So end of the year there. If people didn't hear, Scott Bonema's last tournament. So he sold the Champions Tour to Dane Veselka. So Dane will be running it now. Curious to kind of see how that all develops. We all know Dane. It's going to be a great tour and a great time. But
do you think there'll be like dramatic changes, or do you think
No.
it'll be business as usual, basically?
it'll be business as usual, maybe adding a thing or two. I did see, I don't know the specifics of this, but they made an announcement on social media the other day that there's an SATT like bracket qualifier now for a high school angler who's graduating to qualify to fish the Champions Tour the next year, and get entry fees paid. So honestly, similar to the Bassmaster College program.
That's
doing
cool.
it with the Minnesota high school program, which I think is super cool. There's
That
no
is
other
cool.
circuit doing that. So, yeah, other than that, I think it'll just kind of be business as usual, maybe tightening up a few screws. There's not very many of them loose over at the Champions Tour. And with all the drama going on in professional bass fishing, I think the Champions Tour, for being a regional large circuit, is one of the nicest places to fish right now because there just isn't drama. Everyone has fun. They go do their business, hang out and have beers and move on. And guys are winning a lot of money. So
Yeah,
it's
because
kind of refreshing.
Yeah, because the payouts are like pretty damn good for that with how small of a field it is, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Schuda walked away from the championship with like $67,000 with like, I mean, he won a boat and then he also won a bunch of, he won Angler of the Year. So he got some prize packages too. But yeah, I mean, guys are making good money and you don't have to travel far. So it's cool stuff to see. But
oh yeah,
everything else is kind of interesting. There's a lot of more announcements to come out, I'm sure. But
yeah, there'll probably be the whole off season will be kind of interesting, probably.
it'd be nice to kind of step away for a bit, to be honest, man. I'm pretty, I don't know, Hahner, maybe you're getting back into it, going to want to be getting back into it, but I'm just pretty burnt out on the idea of being a tournament bass fisherman professionally right now.
Yeah.
Just
Now it's,
I just want to go catch bass, man. I don't care about anything
Let
else
the
going
dust
on.
settle a little bit.
Yeah, just like I'm going to go do fun stuff. Just the atmosphere around, like, dude, that open was so much fun and the excitement and everything there. And I swear to God, 80% of the field just hated their life.
Really?
Like, they didn't want to be there. They're miserable. They're broke. Like, and that's just the vibe around it. And it kind of sucks, to be honest.
It does. It does.
And it consumes you. No matter how optimistic you want to be, by day 4 of practice, you're like, I do fucking hate this. I do. Yeah.
Honestly. Yep. That's
Hahner knows exactly what I'm
I
talking
know
about.
exactly the vibe that you're talking about. Like, room with a couple of guys that are right on the verge of like a cup or like getting kicked out. Yeah, you'll feel that vibe real quick.
Yeah. It's just
might be knocking a couple things off that tackle warehouse order.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't need that extra pack.
yeah. Dude, it's so I think it'll be interesting to see with all the announcements and everything coming out, because obviously there's changes coming. I've heard rumors of what the opens are going to be in the future. I'm not going to say anything because they're not confirmed yet. I think that'll be exciting, whatever that ends up being. I've heard changes maybe to the nation. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know what's going to happen with Live Scope anywhere. So there's obviously some things that could be interesting for people, but just for me right now, it's like the vibes, man. The vibes are not good. So I'm gonna go where the vibes are good, and that's fishing with the homies and having some fun. And honestly makes me really excited for going and filming the Chronicles and just like beating on some fish, getting back, having a few beers, and being like, well, that was, I mean, at least I didn't lose $2,500 today. That's pretty cool, you know?
Well, we're going to be putting the knife to them. So,
Yeah, and then we eat them. It's even better.
that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you though, dude. That'll be nice just kind of being done with that for a little bit.
Yeah. Just the exhausting part of it can be over. But sorry for my little rant right there. I didn't realize how long that was going to go on. That's what the brain's been spewing on.
It was just like an hour. I mean,
yeah, that's what the brain's been spewing on. We'll give anybody who's still listening right now.
I passed the Barb.
Yeah, anybody who's still listening right now.
Hit the like button on that one.
We're gonna change the vibe in here real quick. We're gonna jump ahead in the schedule, Pink, because I think you guys are gonna like this. So this is a new segment we're gonna try out real quick. I have not tested this with any of the guys.
All right, wait before you get it, at least because I think it's probably terrible. But feel us out with the name of it.
No,
because
the name's terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But feed it to us so we know what.
Right now, I have the name as Guess That Outdoor Influencer.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out.
Yeah, we got to figure out a different name. We need a different name.
To the point.
But what this segment is me and my fiance were riding in the car the other day, and she was just scrolling through Instagram and ran into some people, and she just started reading the captions of fishermen or outdoorsmen, outdoorswomen, whatever, out loud. And I just started laughing. And she's like, this is literally what all your posts are, and you all sound this outrageous all the time. So I was like, you know what? I'll just record some of these, and I'll have the guys try to guess them. So, yeah, we recorded a handful of them. I think it's going to be fairly funny. It might not be at all. We have not tested this out.
This could be a total train wreck.
It could be a total train wreck, and we just skipped to the next segment now, and it all got cut out, and you haven't heard it. But I think it's going to be pretty good. So
they were doing a lot of drinking when they came up with this idea.
It's not going to be a competition. We're just going to play it through. Pink and Hahner. You come to
anyone on social media.
It'll be an outdoor. This one
like,
is
will
a little.
I know these people?
Yeah, people know these people. If they listen to this show, they'll know these people. Yeah, it'll be. It'll be easier than you think it is. I think in some parts it might not be, but for the most part, I think you'll be able to get most of them. I wanted to give some layups kind of right away so that we could feel this out and see if it's good.
All right.
So you guys down for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go.
Right.
I think I'll be good at this, but we'll see.
All right, so we'll play the first one kind of as a sample here. I think you'll get this one. I don't think it'll be hard.
Wrapped up Champlain yesterday, couldn't get the buckets going, had to crack a few smallies. On to the St. Lawrence to fish the last derb of the season, hopefully finishing strong. LFG, boys.
Name that Instagram caption. I can play it again if you would like me to. There's a lot of people screaming at their car audio right now. Could you hear it okay?
Play it one more time.
Yeah, play one more time. I did hear it.
Wrapped up Champlain yesterday, couldn't get the buckets going, had to crack a few smallies. On to the St. Lawrence to fish the last derb of the season, hopefully finishing strong. LFG, boys.
I'm trying to think who would say that at the end.
I'm very disappointed in you right now, Hahner.
Is it oh man.
Is it Gussie?
Is it Seth? It's Seth.
Who do you guys think it is?
Seth.
It's Seth.
Okay.
It's Seth?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that was Seth.
All right.
All right. So we getting getting it.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. No,
pay
this is
attention.
good. This is good. All right. Yeah, go.
All right. So this next one, I really hope you guys get.
All right.
I think you guys should get this. Let it play all the way through. If you know what it is, let the other person try to guess it first.
Ripping around some rubber. Pulled hooks on one fish, 2 casts later. Laid wood into this one. Crushed me way out on the cast. Did everything I could to keep it from jumping like crazy. Sweet battle and some much needed slime in the boat. 10 out of 10 Northwoods weekend.
Guess that outdoors influencer.
I got this one. For sure.
I think
For sure. I'm 100% confident.
I would like Hahner to guess it first.
Is this Ryan Pinkalla?
Ding, ding, ding.
We are fuck. Would that have been funny if I got it wrong?
Yeah,
I know.
Let me guess.
That's
Because
why
I wouldn't have told you if I did. I would have been like, oh shit, yeah, you're right.
I didn't say that. That was my draft.
All right.
Yeah.
I got quite a few
Shit.
of them. They're pretty good here.
I
got
chat
quite a few.
GPT'd that.
All right. We'll go with this one.
The way a beaver's teeth work is that they self-sharpen as the upper and lower incisors abrade. The orange color comes from an iron-rich protective coating of enamel. Something got out of whack with this guy's lower left tooth and it went rogue. Sent to me by my buddy Mike, aka Joe Beaver in northern Minnesota.
Meat eater.
Steven Ranella.
Steven
Yeah?
Ranella.
That's
Yeah.
good? Yeah,
Right,
good
well done,
work.
well
All
done.
right. We're getting them.
All right. All right, yeah.
Is it as hard as you thought it would be, or you're kind of getting them?
No. I'm kind of
This is good. This is good. I'm getting
This
a
is
feel
good?
for it.
All right,
yeah.
all right. We're going to give you one.
I'm just
Supposed
trying
to
to
be a
figure out
little
how
bit
broad
harder.
of a.
Yes.
Of
So
people
it's
it
going to
could
be
be.
a little bit harder. You ready for
All
this?
right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the deal. At HH Insurance One saved me a bunch of money and I had to tell y'all about it. They are not a sponsor. Family owned. Landon and his team have over 1,400 five-star Google reviews. They're an avid angler and they would really fight to earn your business. If you own a boat, whether it's an offshore fishing boat or a bass boat anywhere, you can give the HH team a shot.
I'm trying.
Guess that outdoor influencer.
I'm
I
trying
feel
to.
like I saw this, like for sure.
You probably did.
Like
These
know
are
I-
like recent.
I know. I'm just saying, like
notable
I
big
get like,
posts.
like you like
What's
as
the-
you were going. I'm like, yeah, I read that.
What's the insurance company that?
You want me to play it
H?
again?
Yes.
H?
This is the deal. At HH Insurance One saved me a bunch of money and I had to tell y'all about it. They are not a sponsor. Family owned. Landon and his team have over 1,400 five-star Google reviews. They're an avid angler and they would really fight to earn your business. If you own a boat, whether it's an offshore fishing boat or a bass boat anywhere, you can give the HH team a shot.
God damn it! I know I've seen this post.
I'm trying to think who would say they're not a sponsor by plugging.
This
but
is
fucking
why
everything.
Alyssa looked at me and she's like, she looks at me, she's like, why is this one funny? I'm like, it will be. And that is what Cody just said is the
Yeah.
basis behind
Yeah.
it right there.
They're not a sponsor. That's like I forgot what rod company is. Not a sponsorship. and he's
Not
going through
affiliated.
The
But-
factory. Yeah.
Name that outdoor
God.
influencer.
Damn it! I'm gonna be so mad when you tell me what it is, and then I'm gonna know it.
I love this. It's fun being the guy in charge of a
God
segment.
damn it!
HH Insurance.
It's so random.
It is random.
Mm.
All
God
right,
damn it!
boys.
Tell me
Is
what
it
it is.
is it a fisherman?
It's a fisherman.
For sure, dude.
Like
Yeah.
pro level? Like
Yep.
elite?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going Gussie.
Nope.
No. This is such a bad guess. It's not Carl, is it?
Nope.
Okay, good. I
Tell
didn't
us.
think you would say that, but
Say it.
Scott Martin.
oh,
Damn it.
oh,
Of course.
Not a sponsor.
I
Of
would.
course.
Oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed in myself.
All right. I got another
Oh.
one for you. All right. I had quite a few. These are good. All right.
I probably liked that too. God.
You probably did, to be honest. All right, you ready for this? This one I think you guys will get. This is more of Alyssa reading. This one is fairly funny.
The finisher. I'll admit, this at Berkeley Fishing new glide bait originally wasn't a go-to for myself. That changed after fishing Lake Sakabula last week. The water temp skyrocketed and there were bait fish everywhere. The fish seemed to be lazy generally and not acting like opportunistic summertime fish. About a 1 out of 20 would eat a higher action glide bait. the second they saw it. If you could get the finisher down to them, the ratio went up exponentially. This lure has a perfect profile and acts like a smelt on its last leg or a fleeing minnow when you start using the real handle more. Long story short, I can now honestly say I will have one tied on a rod for every walleye tourney going forward.
John Hoyer.
Yeah,
John Hoyer, correct.
So
Yeah.
once I heard the last little bit, yep.
Because I was like, who talks in this much detail? And you're like, walleyes. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, ready for another one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing gets me more amped up than shooting big blues under the lights. Star-eyed emoji. These guys are always a blast to be on the boat with, and they know how to get on fish. Also, none of the meat went to waste. Hands up emoji.
This one's probably a little more tough.
I guess so.
I wouldn't guess Hahner would get this one. I would guess Pink, to be honest.
Is this Sydney Wells?
Ding, 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 ding.
Mm.
Attaboy. Impressive.
Yep.
Did I freeze? Did I win?
You froze, but that was it. Yes. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
You gave me
All right.
no reaction, and I was like, dang.
I know. I froze.
But
I
I
was like,
didn't realize.
did I get it right?
All right. I only got a couple more. All right. This one's quick.
So I almost got this filming thing down, except for I forgot to save the second clip of the video. Sorry in advance for future videos featuring my favorite word. Fuck.
I got this one. This
You're
is
gonna have to tell
100%
me.
Jesse Baker.
100% Jesse Baker.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
job. Yeah. Guess that influencer. It is very sad that we can have just my girlfriend read these and be like, that's who this is.
Yeah, that is true.
All right. I got another. Like I said, I think I got two more. All right. You ready?
All right, yeah, fired up.
Full moon mission. Connected on some Minnesota Metro slime. Crazy enough, captured almost this whole thing on a podcast I was recording with the boys on the laptop set up in the boat. So tune into Past the Barb podcast. Fish ate just minutes from moonrise and absolutely demolished at Violent Strike Lures. Chatter mag out on the cast. Unreal night under the super moon.
I wrote that.
Any guesses? I'm sorry.
Should have read off the hashtags too.
Yeah. That was good. Sorry, Ryan. She literally screenshotted two of yours and she was like, I have to read these two. I was like, okay.
I'm very descriptive. Okay.
You are, and she loves it. Okay, we got one more. This is by far the most descriptive one. I got faith. All right, you ready?
Yeah, fired up.
After some stressful airport shenanigans flying back from Orlando, Florida to MSP, I finally got home around 4:35 a.m., hooked up the boat, and went to meet Nick Lander Fishing to fish the 2024 United Way Fishing Tournament, which kicked off at 6 a.m. We could fish any public lakes within 6 different Minnesota counties: Beltrami, Clearwater, Hubbard, Aiken, Cass, and Crow Wing. This tourney used a length to weight conversion on our best 5 walleyes, went 56.61 pounds, which was a 29.95-inch average. Mind-blown emoji. Even crazier is that the bag of a lifetime somehow only landed us in 4th place. LOL. I ended up catching my new PB walleye that stretched to 31 inches after plopping a 3/16 VMC Ned rig jig into some thick weeds where she was waiting to ambush. Was a wild ride. Big props to the team that made our 30-inch average look silly. Laughing face. We might have to fish further north this year. This tournament supports United Way and their mission to transform lives in our community.
Okay,
Gosh,
I have it narrowed down to 2
remember.
people, and I know it's one. God damn, it's either Brett McComas or Nick Linder, and I don't know which one it is. God,
Said,
it's one of those two, 100%.
well, she mentioned Nick Linder in the post.
Then it's Brett McComas. It is. I'm sorry. That's right.
You got it.
You're welcome.
I
That's-
blacked out.
That's I don't know.
But yeah, I
Even
think
fuck on
is
that
that I believe that's all the ones I pre-recorded. Correct. Yeah.
All right, that was
like
all.
it.
That's all of them. I
Name
think.
sucks, but it's
Yeah,
solid.
the name sucks. We're workshopping the name. Someone give us a reach out to us with name suggestion, and Alyssa plans on keeping her eye out for posts over the next few weeks and months and stuff, and just collecting them. And then yeah, I just thought, I was like, God, this is actually fairly good, because her reading everybody's and being able to just peg who it is actually wild.
I do love how it's so not in like the voice of the people, like, because it takes me like a second to be like, who the okay.
And then you
know
get
that's like
into,
not how they would talk, anyway.
it's not how they would talk, but once you get into that's who it is, you listen to it and you're like, this is that.
I know, it's actually disturbing to me that you can get these correct.
And you guys got all of them. The only one you didn't get was Scott Martin with HH Insurance.
I don't know how we didn't get that
That
one.
was a
That's
fly-
the biggest
That
mind
was a
blower.
flyer.
I knew you guys would be upset there, but yeah. All right, there's a new segment for everyone. I figured everyone would enjoy that a fair amount, and yeah, a little bit of fun to change around what we normally do here.
I feel targeted, but whatever.
Admittedly, the topic came up because she was reading that first post of yours in the car, and I was like, that's pretty funny. That was good. Not that anything's wrong with your Instagram post, Ryan. It's just you're so
Clearly
descriptive.
not.
The adjectives. No, we're
Unreal.
not making fun of anyone with the way they do it. It's just funny to read fishermen's adjectives.
Yeah. Shit.
All right, that was good. What do we got?
Moving
next?
on.
Mhm.
Oh my god. All right. Where are we at? Wheels are coming off, boys.
All right. You want to do a little geared up, or you want to do what in the world is going on?
Let's do some what in the world's going on. Let's do that.
All right.
I like
You want to
that.
go first, or
Yeah, I got one. So this one's interesting. I know there's a lot of like backstory information about this. I'm not totally in the know on all of it, but I generally have an opinion here, so I'm going to voice it. Completely unfounded. But so Colorado, this is kind of came up big this week. Voted. So Colorado for a long time, still to now, is like one of the states with the most, I'll say, like hunting opportunity for non-residents, for like just general hunting tags, that kind of thing. They have like awesome population of mule deer and elk and everything. They have the biggest elk population in the West, tons of mule deer. And they voted on it, so it'll go into effect 2025 to 2029 because it's a 5-year like management plan, that there will no longer be over-the-counter archery elk tags in the state of Colorado for non-residents. It won't affect residents at this time, but like it's for not, which is like, I mean, the most people non-resident archery hunt Colorado out of any state. And so you will not be able to get an archery elk tag as a non-resident unless you draw now. Which is interesting because I've always been opposed to any like restriction of like hunting opportunity for, anyone, whether it's something I do or not. But specifically for this one, it's interesting because Colorado has been getting hit really hard with like point creep for like preference points and stuff. It's just crazy with like how many points some stuff's taking. Like units that used to take like 2 points now take like 5 or 6 because so many people are applying for them. And with that over-the-counter archery elk tag, it's always allowed people to like hunt every year and still build points, so they could still archery hunt even though they're like saving points to go to like a different unit or something. So I think that was they cited like a lot of people complaining about overcrowding, just like too many hunters in the field, which is a thing. I mean, that's legit.
Very much a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's legit. So just too many non-residents specifically like coming, because I think as of last year, there were more non-residents buying tags in Colorado than there were residents buying tags in Colorado for archery.
Oh, wow.
So like legit, it was just like tons and tons of people coming there for that because it was good, but also it's like making it not as good because there's just so many people in a lot of these areas. So I think maybe this will help curb some of that. I don't, like I said, I'm of the opinion that it's like, I think it will help battle some of the point creep because it'll force people to use points because you have to use them to go. I guess I would feel different if I was somebody that archery hunted every year and I would kind of mix it in. It's probably, you know, like every 4 or 5 years I try to do an archery hunt, and I mainly rifle hunt there in Colorado. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I hope it doesn't end up being a thing that like happens across the entire tag system. I mean, not to be like, oh, just like make it for archery only, but I think archery is where the most complaints have been about that, where there's just so many people getting into it or trying it or whatever. So I don't know. And I mean, that type of hunt is interesting too, because it's like, you know, there's a lot of people out there calling and doing stuff, and it's moving a lot of animals around, like probably even more than say like a rifle hunt where people are just kind of up there when it's not during the rut and everything. So I guess more to come on that, but they just vote like it's happening for sure. So yeah, for a minimum 5 years. And then I think they're going to like reassess because they don't know how it's going to affect how people are like buying tags. Like are hunters just going to stop coming, or are they going to hunt?
So maybe I missed it, Ryan, but like, how do you feel about it? Cause I know you've been so invested in it I mean, that's as long as I've known you, that's what you've gone and done. So, I mean, I feel like you have a fairly educated view on it to give your opinion, you know?
I can see both sides of it too, because it's like, if you live in Colorado, you probably love this. You're like, okay, cool. This is going to limit how many people, because now basically every unit will be limited entry versus like, I mean, hypothetical world, everyone that buys a non-resident over-the-counter elk tag could potentially go to the exact same unit. I mean, that won't happen, but like hypothetically speaking, that could happen. So it's like, it's not distributing people across the state at all. They can just go wherever they want. That's an over-the-counter unit if they have that tag. Now they're saying we're only going to allocate so many tags per unit. So there'll be like a designated number of tags for every area of the state. So I can see like from like managing game numbers and like quality of a hunt, why it's beneficial. It's a bummer if you're somebody that just likes to go elk hunting archery every single year, and you might not draw it every year now because it's potentially super
is there
easy.
any other state that you can still do that, or is Colorado the last to go
for
over the counter?
I mean, there are over-the-counter opportunities, but it's not to the level that Colorado is. Like Colorado is like probably the least restrictive tag system.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this is like the first step towards that. Like I said, it's only for archery. So like all the rifle hunts that are over the counter are still going to remain that, and that type of thing. And I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just weird to kind of like watch how things change, but I've definitely seen the point creep like firsthand on some of the units that I've hunted that are like, you know, used to only take a couple points now, or like almost double the preference points to draw. And it's just because people can hunt every year and still build points versus like this. If you want to archery hunt, you're burning your points. You have to go.
Yeah.
So that should kind of like, I don't know, for a while, maybe put I think it's going to take a couple of years, right? Because you got people that just like won't go the first year to kind of see how it plays out. Then like a bunch of people probably apply the second year. So it'll be messed up for a couple of years while people are kind of figuring out how this affects them. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's a bummer because there are going to be people that like don't get to go that we're going every single year.
Did you burn a bunch of your points last year for that hunt you did, or do you still got quite a few?
No, so like when you draw, you use all your points. So so I burned all my points last year on a rifle hunt, which I'm going this year on an over-the-counter hunt. So I like back to 1 point this year. Like I get a point in the draw, but I'm still gonna hunt an over-the-counter tag. So yeah, I'm back in like trying to build points, but I literally have one elk point in Colorado. I'm sitting on a pretty good pile of deer points in Colorado right now because I didn't draw that tag this year. I applied, and there was point creep on that unit too. So
yeah,
but
I mean, honestly, from like an outsider's perspective, who like you can see how popular elk hunting and especially archery elk hunting is getting in the outdoor industry. I mean, at some point in time, this is just going to come. Like this is going to be what had to happen.
Well,
I mean, there's so many guys.
the demand for it is really high, and there's only so many animals.
Exactly.
You can't just unlimited go. Like,
I mean, have you followed that Steve Bernella's brother? I followed him on Instagram, and he's definitely, I mean, two opposite ends of the spectrum as far as people and promoting the outdoor industry, but he does make a lot of valid points. And I see it as like the industry is growing so rapidly and trying to make as much money off of this as we possibly can. Well, there's only so much. Like, you can only have so many people in the sport. Like fishing,
well, that's the thing.
It's the same thing with fishing.
Yeah, there's like a limited amount of resource there. It's like if everyone in the world decided they were going to hunt now, that would be a major problem.
Yeah, and that's what it's kind of like turning into. It's a cool thing to do. Is we're gonna go out because, well, there's hiking. Well, I saw Joe Rogan does it. He liked to hike, so I mean,
but I think those are the type of people that don't last.
They probably go once.
And that's where the point system will end up eventually helping out, like the people like you or the people that really want to go do it, and it'll end up protecting, I think, stuff for you guys. So, I mean, I can see both sides of it. I mean, luckily, it's one thing in the outdoor industry that I don't think we're like up in arms, like, oh my God, how could you do this? Freaking out type of thing. Like, it's
I think it's a good thing.
I said, I think it'll definitely be a bummer for some people because it's just become something that they do.
It is what it is.
Well, and like,
there's no vacancy.
Most people were going to Colorado still because every other state switched their system to not allow that. So everyone's like, well, Colorado, you still can.
Yeah, and now you would think it'll place people kind of more everywhere now too, not just Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, because
you'll see
everybody's groups.
We can hypothesize, but
everybody does different stuff and makes decisions, like because they hunt with a group or they just go where they can get a tag or whatever. Everyone does it different. So, I don't know how to play out that. I mean, at this point, it is what it is. It's not like hey, like you should do something about it. It's like, well, they already voted on it. It's like a thing. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not super in the know on all of the facets of like how this went down. But it seems like maybe not terrible, and it could potentially, although it might like restrict some immediate like access to like archery elk hunting for people, it should make the quality of archery elk hunting over the next 5 years maybe potentially better because it'll limit how many people are in the woods at one time. So there's that. But good to know if you're planning a trip to Colorado, there will not be over-the-counter tags anymore for archery. You will have to apply. So look into that. But
gotcha. Cool thing to know, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. And like, I mean, I just saw it on social media. Like not that I've been following like that closely, like watching the Colorado Game and Fish like decision making, but I don't think it was like super widely publicized. I mean, I think Outdoor Life shared it, which is like a major outlet for that information, but that'll be like definitely something that shows up in like the regulations next year that might surprise people if they haven't seen it on social media somewhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Mine, I think, is going to be fairly, I mean, everybody saw it, so we can just talk about it fairly quickly, but the NPFL announced that they will be banning a live scope or forward-facing sonar in 2025 and beyond. Honestly, my view on it, I mean, there's a lot of very quick and rash reactions out there. I think it's fine. I don't see any issue in having a league that's different because that's what people have been asking for. So if you give people a place to go fish, if they don't want to do forward facing, I mean, flat out, that's the way it is. Yeah. So I think it's good. It's whatever. Like, I think I actually think, and like the thing is, Bass and MLF aren't going to do that. I would be shocked if Bass and MLF took out forward-facing sonar. So I think the MPFL saw kind of a way of like, hey, we can be the tour that doesn't have it.
Themselves.
Yeah, we can distinguish ourselves as being different. If people want to do it, they can do it. And also they can adapt their schedule to make it so like they're going to do like bass or whatever did back in the day, where it's like we can schedule places at really good times a year where it's going to show out really good.
Or
And
like the scoping bite will be like fire or not, or non-scoping bite.
Well, you could. Here's the thing: like we've learned about scoping, you can always scope. You flat out, you always can. But like they can schedule a ledge tournament on the Tennessee River in the middle to end of May when they just get out there, and it's going to be lit and really good. Or they can schedule a sight fishing tournament or a pre-spawn event as they're moving up.
And like how big, like how many boats are in this thing?
I think the MPFL is 100.
So that's what I mean. Like, I don't get why people get so worked up about like if a league decides to like ban that. It's like it affects 100 guys total.
Yeah, and some people aren't going to go stay there and fish, and some people from other leagues are probably going to go there because that's the style they're going to want to fish, and I think that's fine. Like I said, I don't have any issue with it. I think it's going to be really good for tackle. Like I actually think. In the long run, this could be very good for the NPFL because it's going to be really good for tackle companies because they're going to be able to advertise baits to fishermen that don't have live scope technology or forward-facing technology and like be able to show crankbaits and stuff that like do catch fish very well.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be good. So like I said, I don't think necessarily it needs to be beat on that hard. It's a topic that is just, like I said earlier in the show, it's the reason why I'm absolutely just exhausted with the opens and doing the national level stuff is just, it's an exhausting mental thing to go through. Yeah. I think we've all been through it who have done this stuff. I've learned more, like I've said before, I've learned more in the last 2 years of bass fishing than I ever thought I'd learn about bass fishing. Like it is crazy. However, there is like, you're crazy not to say there isn't some level of it that's also like, man, I just love to go skip some docks for a little bit and it's fun. But if you're also competing, you need to know what you got to do to compete and you got to get good at it. And that's the way it is. But I don't think there's anything bad about doing it either way.
I'm not super familiar with that particular league. I've heard of it, but I don't really know like payout, that type of thing.
They've been doing pretty good.
Do you think there will be any pros, like I'll say on like the Bassmaster side or MLF, that would go to this league because of that?
Well,
like they would leave what they're doing now.
Well, there's already guys from the Elite Series and the BPG.
John fishes every single thing out there.
Yeah, John Cox.
Yeah, but he's not going to quit doing other stuff. He'll just be like, and also this.
Yeah, Patrick Walters is won 4 of their events. Drew Cook fishes them. Wes Logan
so there's
fishes them. There's crossover. I mean, I'm not going to speak for any anglers out there, obviously. I could see a handful of guys going over and doing that. I could also see it being a place where like legends who, end up losing their card go over there. And I don't want to call it a retirement tour because I don't think it'll be that. I think it's just going to be a,
but
more
if they choose
traditional
not
technique.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. Like,
it's a different game, right? I mean,
it's a completely different game. We're not comparing the same tournaments with those.
No, and it's not even like a skill level thing. It's just like a different game. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought my initial reaction with it was, that should be that'll be a good thing. And then part of me is like, is this going to be just another A-rig debacle where we're taking away, an Alabama rig? And I saw Clark Wendlet in his note had something about the integrity of the sport and how like golfers, we're not like golfers using golf balls that can, they can hit a drive 700 yards. It's like, well, people don't do that either while you're fun golfing, having fun golfing. People use noodles and Titleist. It doesn't matter. But why are you suppressing technology that is there out? And if you do want to use it as a fun casual fisherman, have at it. Like, if you want to spend the money to see what this technology is all about, great. But to limit that for a professional angler, I think tackle sales will be good in, say the short term, but I think suppressing that is just like going to go down a rabbit hole of like, well, we suppress that, let's suppress this, let's suppress like this, then it comes out. Now let's take a deeper dive when it's only been out for a couple of years. Like, we don't know what's actually going to happen to these fisheries. Are they going to be accustomed to it, 3 years down the road? Like, it seems like we're almost jumping the gun on banning things.
Yeah.
I just think like we've talked about this like a ton on here, but I'm just like, how is no one just deciding they're just gonna like regulate it like any other like racing shit?
Well, and I think
you can't just hit your car out as much as possible. They're just like, well, you can have this.
I think that's what's going to
happen.
happen with Bass and MLF.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know exactly what the rules are going to end up being. They're going to get announced in the next, within the next month. There will be something out from both of them on what it'll be, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. But
yeah,
I'd imagine it'll end up being 1 or 2 transducers,
sure.
Certain amount of screen size. That's more for insurance type stuff, because some guys with how many screens are out there can't even see over their boat right now.
Right.
So that's probably smart. But other than that, yeah, that's all I think. I mean, my thing, if people want to know, I personally think I want 1 transducer on a trolling motor.
Yeah,
that would be my rule. 1 transducer, It has to be mounted on the trolling motor.
That would be my only.
That's it. That's all I
would say.
Go with it. If you want to go do it. Because I mean, for all the guys who say it's easy, I have been more sore from my 4 days in a row scoping on St. Clair than I ever was in my life for any other event I fished. It sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It is a battle of complete mental will is all it is.
I'm just surprised guys haven't put just like a kitted out chair up there yet.
Oh, dude, every guy who's a scoper, it's actually hilarious because like 10 years ago, the most badass thing was to be the guy up front who didn't have the chair when you were in 4 or 5 footers, dude, it was glass on day 1 at the opens. I knew who the guys who knew how to scope were because all of them are sitting there on their Bill Dance chair or just leaned up on one going around doing their thing. And I'm they're sitting there all day. Strap in, baby. They don't care if there's waves or not. They're just leaning on it. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, they're not necessarily the top of the game right now, and they know their place. I think it's totally fine. No issues with it. Don't think it's going to lead to anything with any other organizations or any sort of thing. Think it's fine. The only thing I'm going to say on it is I just really hope the guys like Randy Blockett and the others out there who have forever complained about it and they won't fish anything until there's a professional league where it's banned or whatever, go fish there.
They better show up.
Just go show up so I don't have to hear from you anymore. I will cheer for you on that trail to go flip your jig, do your thing. Like, I want to see you do great. But I swear to God, if you did all this stuff for this long and you
they give you what you wanted now.
And they give you what you want and what all your minions wanted and you don't show up, that is just like, it's just such a flop of integrity and just everything in my mind. So, yeah, I think it's totally fine. I'll tune into tournaments to watch for sure. Like, absolutely, I will. But I think anybody who's saying like, oh, this will be better for views or whatever because we don't watch people's backs or whatever, like it's just not the way it is. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So that's my only piece on it. I thought it was a cool announcement just to finally see something happen. We've been wondering what's going to happen anywhere. So,
well, at least they can be like they can be the first people to do that, and maybe that'll attract some either like anglers or audience to them.
I've already seen some guys post and say they'll be fishing there next year. Maybe not exclusively, but like they'll sign up for it and fish another 2 or 2 because it'll be fun.
Well, I think a lot of these pros, like they're just down to fish. Like they're like, whatever, I'll take this shit on my boat off, whatever.
Well, and dude, it's just refreshing. Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be fun to go to the Mississippi River.
Yeah. Because wasn't there like a little series that they did like that this year?
Where there was like one tournament down on Linear.
Yeah, and then
Linear,
like nobody that was like complaining signed up for it. It was
nobody was who was complaining showed up, and the two of the top 5 best scopers in the world showed up and took top 5 in that tournament with no
Yeah, and they're
scope.
just like, we
Yeah.
just took the
Johnsons.
bolts off, dude.
Yeah,
Mm.
they still blasted them, believe it or not. So yeah, no, that'll be cool. Cody, you got anything?
I guess the one thing that came across my screen, and it was that, like, I don't know if you guys talked about it. Pink, you had sent the article about it, but the wolf depredation
Oh yeah, yep.
in Colorado. Did you guys talk about that in the
No,
last
we
podcast?
never talked about it.
This
No.
is what
well,
I-
we talked about it like months ago when they initially.
This is what I thought you were going to bring up when you said Colorado. So when
Oh,
all of a
yeah,
sudden
no.
like it trickled away that it wasn't, I was like, what? Wasn't there?
And then
an
Hahner was
article
like,
sent out?
surprise.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm hoping, Pink, that you did a little bit of research on this, because I had the NPFL thing, but this is kind of a backup. But it says so far wolves have killed or injured at least 9 sheep and 15 head of cattle, according to the Colorado Parks and Wildlife list of confirmed depredations.
So yeah, so I mean, I didn't do a deep dive on this. I threw it out there to you guys because it was something we'd already talked about. But because
This is where they released like the 5 wolves, that one picture or whatever.
It was supposed to
right?
be like a reintroduction of wolves, and that like wolf pack. Now they're literally relocating them because they're causing problems. And I think because initially they I want to say a couple months ago, I want to say there was a headline out there that they were talking about how they were going to allow like lethal means of whatever management of them, like if they were causing damage, right? And I think now they were, and now they're concerned like they're just going to shoot them all, like if we just let it play out, and they probably would, you know. So
it was supposed to be this like peaceful, you know, like the liberal side of, you know, conservation, like stepping in and like, oh, these beautiful reintroduction of wolves or whatever. And I can see both sides, like, yes, bring this natural animal back to is this state too far managed for wolves to be still, you know,
on a landscape or whatever.
I don't know. I lean towards one because I'm, you know, a outdoor enthusiast. I'm a hunter. I lean towards one, but I think it's just crazy how instant regret.
Instant regret.
Because I think they released them in March.
Yeah,
dude, was it
and
March? I want to say we even talked about it in April or May. I don't think it was very long.
Maybe it was this spring, but
it was this year for sure.
They basically let them loose, and then they're already like making all these changes. And now, but how do you feel? So now they go, okay, we're going to relocate them. Like this was a problem, whatever, it didn't work.
Yep.
But now, how do you feel being on the like? Where are they going to put them?
Imagine
be like, whoa,
you're in the new community. You're like, wait, whoa.
Like, no, it didn't work over there, but it'll be good here.
There'll be nice wolves here.
Yeah.
It was there. That was before.
No, trust me. It's like one sheep farmer out there. Why here? Well,
we'll just try it.
We'll just try it. Just try it.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's
I
don't have all the information or whatever, but it's like you know how like they write some of these articles and they're like trying to figure out
biased
like, the spin on it to be like, like, well, like it's fine. It's just like we have to make some changes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like the people that live there are like, shit's broke.
Yeah.
Like,
and you never hear.
Good.
I want to see the local headline with a local rancher and his verbatim words that he has for rolling up and seeing 15 sheep of his just slaughtered.
He was probably like, well, at least we have the wolves back, though.
Yes.
You know,
and it's I don't know. It just all that stuff, all like this reintroduction of this and that. It just seems like such barstool biology.
It is
of people who have no idea what they're doing or talking about. It's just you see it in pictures, so it seems like such a wonderful thing without having any data to back up the impact of what they're actually doing. Like in Yellowstone with the Yellowstone herds of wolves and how it impacts, you know, prairies and everything else. Like they have no idea. They have no idea.
Because you have people that are actually doing the work in the field that are doing the science to figure this information out.
And we just close the door on
And they're like, we're glad you did that, but we're gonna just tell all these people in Denver that they should vote, probably.
Yes.
And then we'll just do whatever they think.
Glad you're here, but we're gonna use their intuition.
Yeah.
About this as
But that's how
LA.
a lot of all over is happening,
Yeah.
But
They're good.
Well,
That's
the pictures are fantastic.
The pictures are fantastic. And
You ever heard them at night? They're so nice.
Majestic, dude.
Majestic.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
How could you not?
Beautiful creatures. Yes. It's like the same people who go up to like a wild moose, in a national park and they want to go pet it or something.
Yeah. And then they get curb stomped and they're shocked.
And then it actually does like what a natural animal does. It thrusts someone or like a bison tramples someone.
See, I watch those on social media all the time.
Yeah.
And I know what's going to happen. I see this person my favorite is the person holding the phone is like, oh yeah. Yeah. They're about, oh yeah. Everyone could be like, don't, but they're like, no, let's watch this play out.
No, you got to learn your lesson the hard way.
Oh, nature. Shit. But yeah, just watch it. How dumb do you have to be?
It's just ignorance. It seems like it's just really just ignorance. I don't know. Whatever.
People just out there thinking
whatever.
Yeah, something. But yeah, I did see that, and I got a little.
I got a little chuckle out of it. I did
too. I saw your text was like that lasted long or something like that. I was like, that was good.
I might go back. I want to read some of the stuff, the articles that come out about it. Not because I don't know if that already happened or if it's going to happen, but kind of some of the justification I think will be kind of comical how they try to spin it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, there's some phrases in here that are pretty
good,
like what we had been talking about.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is a predator.
See, if it would have been 64 degrees at night for 6 weeks.
Yes.
Part of me kind of just wants to go out there and just go to a bar.
Oh, yeah, and then I want to talk to ranch hands.
Yeah. I want to get some real information flowing here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. No, that's good. Good one, Hahner.
That's what I had.
All right. Do you want to do a little geared up, Pink, or you want to roll into a weigh-in? You got anything for the people heading into hunting season? Admittedly, I don't really have much. I just figured it might be that time of year where you maybe got some tips for some peeps.
Yeah. I mean, if people are getting ready for stuff, obviously there's a lot of major things people get this time of year because they're kind of gearing up, but, my kind of quick hitters, because I kind of feel like I replace the same stuff every year just because it's beginning of the season and you're gonna burn stuff up. Is no matter, it doesn't even have to be hunting, any outdoor activity you do in the fall, every fall, I literally feel like I buy 3 to 5 straight up brand new pairs of wool socks. They're good for everything, ice fishing, everything, but get new ones. Just do it.
I get new ones from Clam, those merino wool ones.
Yeah, get some brand new merino ones. I usually get 3 pair for hiking, hunting, that kind of stuff. Because the ones from last year, they get all pilled up or they're fine, but just get new ones. They're not that expensive, and you'll be happy you did. But no, I don't. I guess it depends what kind of trip you're going on, realistically. But I kind of I load up on all. I feel when I go fishing and stuff, I'm not using a lot of the same equipment. So now when I start throwing my stuff in the truck, I always feel I get the same re-up all my tools and everything, hella zip ties, because I break shit in the woods all the time and fixing packs, fixing whatever, putting tags on dead stuff, reloading up the toolbox, zip ties, electrical tape, rope, all that stuff. I don't know. I feel it other than that, it just depends on what you're gearing up for on the hunting side. But dude, wool socks, electrical tape, zip ties, that'll get you through, bud.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's that time of year. Everyone's getting ready, man. I think all the trips that I have, I'm probably running most of the same gear for everything. I think this fall anyway.
Yeah.
Most of my hunts are going to be cold weather stuff, and
Whereas I'm
Whatever.
getting into the season where like I'm finishing up and I'm like everything is so discombobulated, just blown up right now. I'm like, just get through one more. Like just
Yeah.
just throw it in the
Yeah.
truck, get through it. We'll reorganize it in the spring. Just get it put away. But yeah, no, I agree. I agree with the wool socks. One thing I always find myself grabbing more of, this is more on cold water fishing and getting into ice fishing time.
Yeah.
I know you use them in the winter too, but those the Blackfish Arid gloves, man. We've talked
Oh,
about
yeah.
them for like 3
Yeah.
years. It's just a good investment.
Yeah, I might mix those into my hunting setup a little bit this year too, for like some of the like wetter stuff, because those are kind of dope gloves for that.
Yeah, that was good. Good gloves. So
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, I don't really have anything in specific. We'll be a little more organized in the coming months, I think, now that all of us are, well, I know you're getting ready for Hunts Pink, but a majority of the rest of us are going to be a little bit more around home, being able to dial things in as well and get things rolling. So change of the seasons. It's a fun time. That's one of the best parts about living in the Midwest. And if you're in Florida, guess what? Tomorrow's probably 90 and sunny again. So you don't get seasons.
I'm kind of pumped for those first couple cold like snaps to hit though, like when it's getting down to like the 40s at night and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
dude, I can't wait for, we got that down in La Crosse. I don't think it's gonna get that cool for the Open. I've been looking at the extended forecast. We're going to get a couple cool mornings, but it's kind of the start of it cooling off. I'm excited for the Team Trail Championship in southern Minnesota, like that third weekend of September. We're going to wake up one of those mornings and it's going to be like 43, 45. Boat's going to be soaked from just dew. And I'm going to be like, oh my God, they're going to bite so good in like 2 hours.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit later and bite real good. Right now, not so much, but you know, they're going to bite really good. I just need to get on the water and, you know, use 8 towels to wipe my seats down quick.
Yeah.
Because I was too lazy to put my boat cover on last night. But yeah, man, this is that time of year. I'm excited about it. And the one thing that is nice is I didn't feel like maybe you guys had a different. I never felt like this summer I got burnt out on heat. Like it kind of was. You had a few days, but it was kind of milder.
No,
I thought it was fine. Like it was just a pretty pleasant summer for the most part.
Yeah, there was a couple. I was working outside a lot, and for a couple weeks there, I was like hating life, but it wasn't terrible.
I believe that's when I was at St. Clair because I remember hearing from guys about that at the beginning of July. Yeah. So I think I missed that one. But other than that, I thought it was pretty much fine. But
it wasn't the worst.
So we're definitely going to get a really cold winter.
Yeah, probably be awful. Yeah.
That's good to know. But that's all right. Well, talking about the changing seasons, I think now we're just going to roll into a little bit of a weigh-in. Pink, you got something to keep notes here? Because I don't.
Oh yeah, give me 1 second.
I can find something.
No, we're committed.
Okay, Pink's committed. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of weigh-in here, and then we're gonna call it a night. But for those who don't know, the weigh-in is a segment we do. We just draft a team of 4, and you vote online for the winner of who has the best team. We're gonna get a little bit festive here with our topic, and Hahner, we're going to get a little white girl on this. Little white girl excited. You know, Starbucks coffee, a little bit of fall coming in. We're going to do the best parts of, should I say autumn? Best parts of autumn.
Yeah.
That's not more sophisticated.
Yeah. We'll get a little, you know, pumpkin spice latte on this.
Yes.
All right. We got weigh-in best parts of autumn. Not Adam.
Autumn with an N.
Autumn. Yeah. So I don't even know when the last one was. To be honest, we haven't done one of these in a hot minute.
A weigh-in?
No, it has been a long time. So I have no idea how we're going to do the order of this.
How about we do who showed up first?
Okay. So Pink, you get your choice of pick. Hahner second.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take the 3.
You're taking the 3 pick. Hahner, what are you taking?
Second.
All right, I got one. Jeez, man.
Lead us off, bud.
Wow. And I did no preparation for this too, so this will be fun.
Unreal.
That's why I picked second.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So the best parts of autumn, I'm going to say
Stalling.
no, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this, but
you
I'm
want
going
to
to do
rephrase the question.
first. I want the first day you wear a hooded sweatshirt. The first day you wear a hoodie.
First day you wear a hoodie.
First day you wear a hoodie. Okay.
Yeah, nice cool day, like you're like hooded sweatshirt, you're like, man, it's fall. This is nice.
Alrighty then.
I couldn't really think of anything else quickly,
Wow.
admittedly. I got 4 picks to come up with it. So
big
that was
swing.
that was a
Big
shitty
swing.
1 of 1. I will admit that, but we'll make up for it on the back end.
Yeah. All right, Hahner.
All right.
Fired up.
I'm gonna say NFL Sundays.
There it is.
Yeah, that was a much better 1 of 1.
Yeah,
No,
wow.
yours is good.
Pretty good for a second pick.
Admittedly, not preparing hurt me.
Yeah. Nice. NFL Sundays. Okay. I'm going I'm going apple picking.
Apple picking.
Yeah.
Fair.
Right.
Apple picking.
Mhm.
All right. And then I go back to back here. So I just think
Pumpkin picking. Pumpkin.
pumpkin. No, I'm just saying here like
Oh,
You're just gonna go picking
Figured you were
things
unprepared.
The-
out
for
here
all your
harvesting.
Yeah.
Harvesting. I'm not a gardener like yourself.
I mean, I do have a green thumb, but
Oh my god. All right, I'm putting just looking at how do I want to phrase this.
stalling.
Don't screw the
Fall
toilet.
colors. Fall. I want to like see these fucking leaves, dude. Fall
Colors.
colors. Fall
Yeah.
colors. Well, I'll just put fall colors. That's good. Fall colors. Yeah. All right, Hahner. Yep. I agree.
Homemade chili.
There it is.
God damn, that was a good pick.
Nice.
Thank you.
And
you.
like 3 days later, right?
Oh, it has to be in the
Been
crock
sitting
pot.
on the porch kind
Has
of thing.
been sitting there like
Oh yeah.
you come back from bow hunting or something,
And you're like, it's in the grill.
yep.
It's not. It's in the grill.
Mm-hmm.
Homemade chili. I
Mhm.
like it. Yep. Well done, sir.
Thank
All
you.
right, coming back around. I
Yep.
will ask for the verbiage on the graphic of my first one. Can we just say hoodie weather? Am I able to not
No.
just have the first day wearing a hoodie?
First day wearing a hoodie.
Okay, I'll stick with it. That's fine. Can I for the next one? Can I go with the next 89 days wearing a hoodie?
The second day wearing a hoodie.
No, I will go. There's a better term for this, but it's in October. It's like the Grand Slam of sports is going on, basically. Like the sports calendars all intermixed. So you have NFL football, Major League Baseball in the playoffs, NHL hockey, and NBA basketball kicks off. So like you got everything. I'm just trying to figure out like what you
The word
exactly,
for that is
huh?
Mhm.
what the word for that is.
Yeah, it's the sports Grand Slam if you want to. Like all major sports are on after 5 months of just baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you calling this?
I already botched this bat.
Yeah, this is not
this-
good. This is
the
not
sports trifecta +1.
I would say all major sports Grand Slam, all major sports in progress. I don't necessarily know how to say it good for the graphic, but it is the best part of the fall for me.
good. Okay. Well, I have to write something, dude.
I'll figure out a way to just write something down, and I'll figure out how I want.
I'll just put a question mark.
I'll put a verbiage of some sort there when I make the graphic, since I have to make the graphic. I will own to the hoodie part, though.
Perfect. Okay, well, good thing is you get to go again, right?
Yeah, man, I am just, couldn't be more on a tear.
Oh boy.
No, I'm crushing it. If I was in college, I would say homecoming, but I'm not. So
you're not even gonna throw it out?
No. I'm trying to buy time. I got nothing right now.
I love how between saying what you're gonna say, you're like, well, what I would say is,
yeah, no, but that's a really shitty one. I don't really look forward to that right now. I would say, I do really look forward to in the best parts of autumn is all the Oktoberfest festivals, just all the beer festivals going on.
October,
whatever you want to name it. There's just a shitload of beer events going on every weekend.
All right, we'll call it Oktoberfest because I feel like you need that one.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Hahner, back to you.
I'm gonna do fall bonfires.
Ooh, there you go. I like that. Fall bonfire. Okay. All right, so I go 2 here to kill it off, huh? Apple picking, fall colors. I think I'm gonna go with vest season. Vest season.
Best season.
That's fair.
Very nice.
I feel like it's the only acceptable time, really.
Yeah, you can't really wear them in the spring.
You can do it.
It's just kind of hard, I feel like, because you're so used to cold that, like, even putting a vest on, you just get so hot so fast.
That's true.
I don't know. I'm fall vesting. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
All right, and I got one more here. I am gonna take. Best parts of fall. Can I just take an easy right off the top here? Let's just go with an easy one, like hunting, dude. Hunting season.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna take that.
You know?
I can't say that.
Hunting.
Well, you could have, and it would have been a great pick.
Yeah, but people would be like, Bart, you don't hunt. You're a poser.
Well, you're gonna need a little something on the back end here, probably, but I think Hahner's doing the best. He's doing pretty solid right now. All right, what are you ending it with?
I'm up.
Yeah, it's you. This is your last one. Yeah.
So I got bonfires, football, chili.
I mean, you got this one wrapped up if you don't fuck this up.
But he could.
But he could.
This is actually a big pick here.
Hang on.
He's stewing on it. Googling.
You already took hunting.
Googling. You're right. I did. It's gone.
Man.
I'm gonna say, okay, so we had vests, we had sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
I'm gonna
boy.
do flannel season.
All right. Okay.
Man, I
Okay.
thought you were going to take the home run pick.
I don't know what the home run pick is.
Well, hold on. He's gonna tell you probably.
All right.
No, because I feel like I could get
your last pick, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I got to go for a home run. I'll just go for it. We'll try yoga pants season. It'll look good on the graphic.
I feel like that's like putting like LeBron on like a JV basketball team.
Yeah,
Like-
I know. I had to try something at the end, you know.
Like, what were you
throwing Hail Marys up there? Yeah. Just
I'm hoping there's enough little I'm not going to finish that.
He's
sentence.
really pandering to the audience. Yeah, I want to hear how that was going to end.
I'm pandering. That's exactly
Oh,
what's
yeah.
happening.
All right. I'll read it back if you want, but
Yeah, let's hear the best draft pick of all time.
so
I might have beat Sobe on a one right there. He had one real good one with no prep.
So Bart with first day wearing a hoodie, some sort of combination of watching sports at the same time, Oktoberfest and yoga pants season.
I mean, can you argue it?
Strap in. All right, Hahner with NFL Sundays, homemade chili, fall bonfires, and flannel season.
I don't know. I think I got him.
And then mine is apple picking, fall colors, vest season, and hunting.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty good.
I think Adam might have it. I think
Maybe
think
we don't
it's a
even need to
shoo-in.
vote, really.
No, I think it's a runaway.
I
Here's a
think
dark
so.
horse.
No one saw it coming.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what Instagram has to say about this one.
Oh, the comments
we'll
are
put
going
it
to be
out there.
ruthless.
Wow.
Yeah, that
What
was
a way-
an easy.
what
That
a
was
way
an
to end
easy one that I just took 3 picks to start that probably shouldn't have even gotten drafted.
No, they definitely shouldn't.
No. And my favorite is that you selected the topic.
I just grabbed something off the list online, man.
God.
I was just like, I need to get an agenda out to the peeps.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll be more prepared next time.
What a showing.
We'll get back on the track. That was yikes. That was not a good example.
You need to
of a
make it up to
win.
the people.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. We'll do something good next time. Maybe we'll do. I did see one on there that I thought looked great, and I feel like it'll be the next one.
All right. We'll do it next time.
We just need a little prep time. Hahner, did you ever see this idea?
What's the idea?
Oh, I'm gonna find it real quick.
Oh boy.
I don't know who put it down. I'm not gonna take credit for it because I don't know if it was me or not. It might have been Pink. But someone threw it in here, and I was like, that is a really good one, but we need a little bit of prep for this one.
Okay.
Things that are hard to do on the first try.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I put that one.
Okay.
That is a really good topic. I saw
like
that,
that.
and I was like, oh, we should do that one. Then in my head, I was like, I'm not going to have any prep time. I can't try to wing that one.
Yeah, that'll be
So
good.
if you want to see Barty Boy's picks for that one, tune in. to the next
Yeah,
show.
next one we'll do that.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, get ready, boys.
Yeah. If you
Oh
got
my
any topics for the weigh-in, we will definitely include them. We need a bunch more. And like I said, we're kind of rolling into time of year where we're going to really keep things rolling. It's been very busy for a lot of us lately. So we've just wanted to keep the train on the tracks, get a pod out for the people to listen to, and now bring a bunch of stories to the people. We haven't
We got so many story times to dig in.
we got a lot of them to dig into.
Yeah. So that'll be sweet.
Yeah. We'll get into it. I don't know what Sobe's been up to. I know Stolsky's back now. I listened to the last podcast. It was fantastic. I think I texted you guys one quote that I couldn't get over out of it.
Oh,
Salmon Spook. That
Yeah.
sounds incredible.
It does. It does.
I heard that he said that, and I was like, whatever that is, I want to do
You
that.
want to do it.
Yeah, it did sound sick, dude. That's like, I feel like there's a ton of that type of fishing that like nobody talks about.
Yes, and I would like to do that.
Yeah, for real.
After fishing, like hearing a salmon eating a spook after throwing every bait in your box at a smallmouth on a boulder on leech sounds pretty cool. I think I'm in for that one.
Yeah,
Something
that
that'll
sounds
bite.
pretty sick.
Mhm.
And then you just club it.
Yeah.
let the bat ring, you know.
Hunter,
like-
are you still the world's foremost newest fly fisherman? Not fly fisherman.
Steelhead fisherman.
Steelhead fisherman. Yeah.
Yes, fall season's dang near underway. We've got a few weeks.
Fall
left.
run, baby. Fall
Fall run.
run.
Yep,
Getting back into her.
I am pumped for it. We ran into a guy.
Can you
I know
check your
who's
bibs?
super into
Do
it.
they leak? Are you good?
Well, if they don't leak a little bit, you're not a real steelhead fisherman. So,
Okay. That's what I
yeah.
heard.
Yeah, I was putting pinholes in them.
He was like, I just been on the river so
Yeah,
much this
grinding.
year.
Grinding.
Yeah, they pinholed out.
Just-
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, just put fake patches all over your legs.
Guy looks at you. That I've literally never heard of that.
Hunter's sitting there watching TV, just like peeling the logos off. Like, yeah, dude, they just wore out, dude.
He's got sandpaper just going over that Sims logo. He's like, come on, distress, distress, distress.
As the S like flopping down.
Send it over to the guys in R&D and be like, hey, you need to make this distressed waiters logo for guys like me who only go like 5 times a year, so people think.
Don't, because they
tried
will.
really hard.
They
They
will.
would.
And they would sell.
And
Dude,
would
they'd
sell
make
really,
actually
really
that
well.
they'd make so much money
Yeah.
on those
It would sell
things.
super well.
You're welcome, Patterson.
Oh my god.
There's no way he wasted an hour, 50 minutes, and 49 seconds of his life listening to this.
Not after
But
that
it-
weigh-in.
But if he did, but if he did, I hope he rates and subscribes to this goddamn podcast.
The
We have
number
quarterly
one outdoor.
ads open as well. Sims, hit us up.
They made it this far, no doubt in my mind. No doubt.
But yeah, so anything you guys got coming up, or are we ready to call her a night? Anything? What are the peeps got to look forward to for the next one?
Well, I think we're gonna throw out for the next one. We'll try to get a whole bunch of either like comments, questions, whatever. We'll throw out an Instagram poll or post for that to try to get some fans.
We need to get rolling on some guests too. We
Yeah,
should put up a poll and be like, who do you guys want us to chat with?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll get a guest for the next one. We'll dial up a new weigh-in. We'll get some fan questions. We'll tear it down.
Yeah, get some guests, have a good time.
Yeah,
Hahner?
and I'm hoping we'll have more of the boys next time too. I think people will be a little more available.
Yeah,
No doubt.
Yeah, I think we'll be good. So we'll be around. I got one more Bassmaster open, and
Nice.
I'm gonna go throw a spook for like 5 days, man.
It's
gonna
say
be
whatever.
awesome.
Yeah.
I might catch all pike, and I don't care. It's gonna be fun.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, gonna be good. So by the time I get back from that, we'll be able to chat about however that went down. And yeah, other than that, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Pass the Barb. These are the boys, and we will see you in a few weeks from now. Thank you.